Hello everyone, I hope you can hear and see me and also see my presentation. If you can hear me, please use the chat function or unmute yourself for a second and please let me know that everything works well.
We can hear you.
Fantastic, awesome. Yes, welcome to today's webinar. It is about studying in Malaysia and Thailand, why and how. Today we have 1 hour session together and this webinar is recorded and all of our Vega students will receive the recording after this webinar. The agenda today is, of course, I would like to introduce myself and our company, ASIA Exchange. We will speak about reasons why to study in Malaysia and Thailand, how it is similar, what is different, and what would be the best choice for you. Then we speak about how to apply, and at the end of the session, I reserved around 15 minutes for a Q&A session where you can ask all your questions and we will go through them. You can, throughout the whole webinar, use the chat function if you want to write down your questions. I will go through them at the end, read out your question loud and answer loudly so that all participants hear what everything is about. So let's get started. I'm your host. My name is Hannes Borgward. I'm the Business Development Manager of ASIA Exchange, and I'm calling you today from Indonesia. I have been a former student of ASIA Exchange myself back in 2015, and ever since ASIA Exchange accompanied my life journey, and I accompanied the journey of ASIA Exchange. Yes, I had the chance to visit Malaysia and Thailand several times, and I hope that I can give you a comprehensive and positive insight into both of our destinations today. So let's talk about ASIA Exchange, about our background and our role. So ASIA Exchange has been founded in 2007 by two Finnish former exchange students that decided to enable everyone worldwide basically to study abroad easy and affordable after they experienced their own semester abroad in Shanghai. Today we have offices in Finland, the Philippines, Hong Kong, and in Bali. And part of our core values is to have affordable fees and seeing things from the student's perspective. Basically, all our team members and employees and even our founders, all of us have been exchange students. Most of us have been exchange students of ASIA Exchange. Our main job is to promote internationalization and Asia. In recent times, we have started to look beyond Asia, and now I even promoting destinations in Europe, such as Portugal and Italy and Costa Rica and South America. And yes, our main role is before the actual study abroad semester. So we prepare our students, we educate them, and we make sure that everything runs smoothly before handing our students over to our partner universities that will then take care of the actual semester abroad. So this is who we are. Today we have 17 partner universities in 11 countries and had more than 8,000 students from more than 90 different countries. This makes us the biggest, most affordable and most international study abroad organization focusing on Asia. And today we are widely recognized in the field of international student mobility. So our job is to be a link between our host universities, our students, and their home universities. And yeah, like already said, our job is to recruit students, to consult students, to help them in their internationalization. Of course, this also counts for our partners, partner universities, sending universities, agencies in our field. We have a very vast network worldwide, and we want to make studying abroad available for many. So today's session is about why studying abroad in Thailand or Malaysia. Looking at our destinations, that means why studying abroad in Bangkok or in Kuala Lumpur. So I want today to talk a little bit about both and, like already mentioned, share insights into our universities we are working with and into similarities and differences. So let's start with Malaysia. Our partner university in Malaysia is the University Putra Malaysia. It is one of the best universities worldwide, and currently ranked, I think, around 130 in the QS World University ranking. We started the cooperation in 2013, and our students can take 2 to 6 courses and earn around 30 ECTS points. Our next intake is in autumn. The semester lasts from September to January, and our application deadline is in April. A spring semester, one has just started, is in February. It's beginning in February, ending in June, with the application deadline at the end of September. The University Putra Malaysia is not only one of the best universities in the world, it is also one of the biggest universities in the world, and the campus is huge. So there are many faculties and programs, and I listed here some of them to give a few insights into what opportunities our students have. And it can be agriculture, food science, it can be biotechnology, it can be computer science, design, of course, economics, business management, it can be educational studies, engineering, forestry, medicine, everything you can imagine. And I would like to recommend you, in case the University Putra Malaysia is the university of your choice, just visit our website and scroll through all the course offer. Otherwise, I will be talking for a few hours here only about the UPM. What are the highlights of studying in Malaysia? Kuala Lumpur is one of the most affordable cities in Asia. It's a huge metropolis, and the prices are still very affordable. This means that our students usually have very unique and amazing accommodation options, such as apartments that are on the 30th floor, that they may have houses with swimming pool. Usually those apartments and houses are staffed. So life is really great in Malaysia. The city itself is a huge melting pot of cultures. Of course, this also comes together with food, attractions, free time activities. So the city basically never sleeps, and there's always something to explore. Our students come from various nationalities and backgrounds, and thus we always have a great mix of students in Malaysia. So we have always several dozens of students in Malaysia at the UPM, and usually we have around 10 different nationalities. But this varies, of course, from semester to semester. But yeah, it's a good mix, and usually our students are very happy. But yeah, Malaysia is more. I will show some pictures on the next slide. So Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur, which is a huge city, but Malaysia is also nature. It's beautiful. It has a tropical climate. It's right on the equator, so it's always warm. It's basically always summer. So here I wanted to show some pictures quickly. So this is those are some pictures that show a different side from Malaysia that is often underestimated. So Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur, our partner universities in Kuala Lumpur, but Malaysia is in fact a huge country, and it has lush green rainforests, it has caves. In that cave picture on the right side, there's an entry to a temple, so there's a rich culture. It has beaches, it is in the Indian Ocean. It's beautiful, warm water. You can go snorkeling, diving, hiking. The opportunities are countless. It's a huge country. Then coming to our universities in Bangkok and Thailand. In Thailand, we work with 4 universities. I listed here 3 today. I wanted to show them quickly. So we have the Kassadzad University, with which we started our cooperation in 2008, where you can choose 3 to 7 courses per semester and earn max 35 ECTS points. The upcoming semester is the autumn semester. It starts in August. It lasts from August to December, and the application deadline is in the end of April. Then we have the Siam University, where we started the cooperation in 2008 as well. There you can choose 3 to 6 courses per semester and earn up to 30 ECTS points. And as at Kassadzad University, the semester dates are from August to September. At Siam University, we have an application deadline end of May. In exceptional cases, we can accept students, of course, even at a later point. Then I wanted to show you or present to you our newest partner in Bangkok, which is the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. We started our cooperation in 2020, right before the COVID pandemic hit. But nonetheless, we were able to welcome our first students at the UTCC, the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. And similar to the CM University, you can choose 3 to 6 courses per semester and up to 30 ECTS points. Again, the semester dates are from August to December in the upcoming autumn semester, and the application deadline is mid-June. Then our fourth university that I'm not listing here today is the Rangsit University. The Rangsit University is one of our other partners and has a very similar offer to those 3 universities that I'm listing here. What are the highlights of studying in Thailand, especially in Bangkok? I think everyone has at least heard about Thailand. Thailand is an exotic, warm, tropical country. Bangkok is right in the center of Southeast Asia, so it's a great connection point to travel. Traveling at the moment, of course, is a little bit difficult, but we hope that this changes soon and that the current pandemic finds its end, of course. Living costs in Bangkok are very affordable, similar to Malaysia, and our students usually live in fantastic apartments and oversee the whole city and can enjoy their life to the fullest. Bangkok has a huge expatriate population that provides great opportunities for networking. So that's maybe a funny side fact. When I studied abroad in 2015, some of my friends decided to study abroad in Bangkok. In Bangkok and in Prince of Songkhla University in Phuket back then. And some of my friends, they are nowadays living in Bangkok. They used their networking opportunities to meet important people. They had the chance to meet the right people that enabled them their start into their careers after university. Then I wanted to share that Bangkok is one of the best student cities. There are, of course, votings and surveys going around every year. And in 2018, for example, Bangkok reached place number 55 of the most student-friendly and best student cities worldwide. And Bangkok is not only one of the best student cities worldwide, it is also one of the liveliest cities worldwide. So the city never sleeps. And there's always something to explore, and no matter when and at what time you want to enjoy whatever, it's always possible. So you can have food from any country in the world at any time of the day. You can go out, you can go to the cinema. In Southeast Asia, it's very common to have this 24/7 culture, so everything is always open and available, and life is simply fantastic in Bangkok. But then again, Thailand is more than Bangkok, right? Thailand is again a beautiful country with a rich culture, fantastic food, thousands of islands. You see one of the beaches on the bottom left. The ocean is fantastic. You can go snorkeling, you can go hiking, you can explore beaches that have no even road access. You only can get there with a boat. Thailand has enough to explore to go every day to another place, and you will not see everything within a year easily. So as we have so many universities in Bangkok, I thought it's good to include some insights into the differences among these universities, so that everyone gets an understanding on what is the best university for me, what is the best university for you, where should I go, what should I decide for. So first of all, we have the Kassadzad University that I lightly mentioned. At the Kassadzad University, you can study economics, engineering, tourism, and agriculture. You can study in bachelor level and master level, and the semesters are organized in a semester system, so 2 intakes per year. The Kassadzad University is located in the northern parts of Bangkok, and it's the best choice for everyone who's currently enrolled in a home university. Then we have the CM University. At the CM University, you have the chance to study business administration, hospitality and tourism, and hospitality and tourism. Both of these fields you can study in bachelor and master level. And on the top of that, you may choose whether you want to study in a semester system. The master levels are organized in a trimester system, so there are 3 intakes per year. And if you want to, you can even decide to study a full degree at University. The university is located in the western part of Bangkok, and what makes it one of the unique factors is that you don't necessarily need to be a student in your home country. Of course, if you would like to take master courses, you are expected to have a bachelor's degree. But for bachelor courses, you may join the University, even if you haven't studied yet. A high school degree is good enough. And to get the first insight into what's it like to study, you can take a look into different study fields, courses. So in case you cannot make up your mind where and what you want to study, the University offers a great chance to get the insight. And then our newest partner is the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, where you can also study business administration, and on the top of that, accountancy. Again, and similar to the University, you have the chance to study on bachelor and master level. You can study in a semester system, so study abroad semesters. You can decide for full degree studies and spend 4 years in Bangkok. And you can take gap years, so spend 1 year at the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. The University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce is located in central Bangkok, right in downtown. So the location is pretty much unbeatable. And similar to University, again, there's no need to study at home. Now I spoke about full degrees and gap years. And I thought this is a great moment to also invite you to join our upcoming webinar next week, where it's all about full degree studies, gap year programs. And there you get an insight into those opportunities in all of our destinations. So why should I choose Thailand, or why should I choose Malaysia? So both of our partner, or all of our partner universities in both destinations are located in big metropolitan cities. And here I try to differentiate a bit, to help you where you would like to go and help you to decide. So in Thailand, we have Bangkok, one of the liveliest cities worldwide. It's never sleeping, and the quality of life is amazing. Like I said, you can go out any time of the day. You can experience whatever you want to experience. And for those of you who have been in Thailand before, know that the culture of the Thai people is a fantastic culture, and it's awesome, and everyone should experience. Then on the contrary, we have Malaysia. Also a big metropolitan area, also great culture, a melting pot of different cultures worldwide. The quality of life is great. And then we also have the quality of education. Of course, the quality of education is in Bangkok great as well. We hand select our partner universities and make sure that the education is top notch. Nonetheless, if we break it down to numbers, the UPM, the University Putra Malaysia, is unbeatable in our portfolio. It's currently ranked in the QS World Ranking of Universities on rank 132. That makes it to one of the best universities worldwide. For sure, it's in the top 1%, and it's very little competition left for them. This means that studying at the UPM in Malaysia, of course, has a long-term impact on your CV. It's not a secret that the UPM is one of the best universities in the world, and it can only benefit you in the future. Of course, both of these points on both sides apply for both destinations, but I wanted to find points where you can make your decision on, and I think that this gives some little insight. So let's talk about the application procedure. The application procedure is as easy as it can get. So we have our website, asiaexchange.org, that you can simply visit. You can get a lot more information about our destinations. You can get insights, student experiences. You can read our blog. There's so much information, and of course there's also a button apologies, saying apply now. If you want to apply, you simply click that button and you will be guided through our application process. That only takes a few minutes. You have to submit some documents that we will inform you on our website, of course. Those are usually transcripts of records, passport copies, of course, the application form. The application process only takes a few minutes. And after clicking submit, your application lands on our table in our system, and then our work starts. And we will go through every application individually with our team, with our admissions team. And we work hard to make sure that everything is correct with your application, that everything is fine. So we review your application, and in case something is not how it should be, or something could be better, we will reach out to every applicant and explain them and have a open discussion about how to improve, so that an acceptance at our partner universities, that there's no obstacle. As soon as we consider the application is complete, we accept our students on behalf of our partner universities. So we have the right to accept students on their behalf. And here I mentioned it's usually within a week. Most of the time it's within 24 hours. Of course, it depends how complete your application is at the point of submission. You may also submit only an application that is half ready to secure your place, and then hand in hand, we will make sure that everything is perfect. At the end of our application deadlines, we usually batch up all our applicants and send their applications to our partner universities. Then our partner universities officially accept our students, takes care of all the formalities, of all the paperwork, and prepares the necessary documents. These documents include, for example, invitation letters and, of course, official acceptance letters. Both of these documents are usually needed to get your student visa. And yeah, we receive those documents from our host universities, usually around 6 weeks prior to the semester start. Of course, it always varies a little bit, but I think 6 weeks is a good rule of thumb. We make sure that all these documents are correct and then send them to all of our students without any delay, so that you have all documents as fast as possible. We want to minimize the errors in these documents, and after sending you these documents, we will of course continue to assist you with practical matters, which means that we share information packages, we prepare you, we have webinars such as this one, but of course with different topics which are more preparing rather than informing. And we assist you wherever we can, so that you feel well prepared and ready for your time abroad with us. So now we reach already our last slide. So we are actually fast today. Well, I think there's no harm done. It's very much recommended to follow us in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Basically in all social media, just type ASA Exchange and you will find us. In our social media, of course, we always share the most up-to-date information, and you will get news from our destinations, including, of course, Thailand and Malaysia. And yeah, it's always good to follow. In case you share content that is related to your semester abroad with us or with your online semester, use the hashtag #StudyLiveLearn, so our students can see the content of the fellow students. Of course, you can also use that hashtag to look up shared content by our former students, for example. Our website link is on the top right corner, asaexchange.org. I invite everyone to visit our website and to take a look. And in case you have any questions on the tape of any kind, you can write us at info@asiaexchange.org. You can also write us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and you can WhatsApp us. You find our WhatsApp number on our website. It doesn't matter, basically. You can write us on Instagram. We will do our best to reply you as fast as possible and to help you with any question you have. Yeah, now it's already time for questions. So we are quite fast today, right? But I think that this is not bad. We are in very special times at the moment, and I think that it's important to discuss openly any questions that are in the room. I'm sure you have many questions also regarding the current COVID pandemic, and I hope that I can answer all your questions as best as possible. Good. I see that the first questions are already coming in, so I would say that I give you now a few minutes to think about what you would like to ask. Feel free to write it in the chat function, or then when I start answering those questions and new questions arise, of course, you can also unmute yourself and ask your questions that way. So let's wait for 1-2 minutes so that everyone can think which questions are in mind, and then we start. Great. I see that many questions are coming in, and you can, of course, continue to write your questions, but I think I can start now to answer some of these questions. So let's see what we have here. So yeah, that I hope that I can help you as much as possible. The first question is, can you confirm that the Thai government plans to reduce the quarantine period to 10 days, and whether there is an even shorter quarantine for vaccine people? So a little bit background information regarding the COVID pandemic in Thailand. Afterwards, we can speak about the COVID situation in Malaysia. So it is possible for our students to enter Thailand at the moment. The invitation letters of the universities allow them to apply for a student visa that is already granted. However, Thailand is reacting with strict measures towards traveling, and there are strict restrictions for COVID to keep the numbers low. Part of these restrictions are an arrival quarantine. The quarantine has so far been 14 days. And as the numbers are relatively low at the moment, the Thai government plans or has announced that the quarantine days vary. So I can confirm that there's a plan to reduce the quarantine, and there may be even a shorter quarantine for vaccine people. However, the system that at the moment is discussed is very difficult to address for everyone. So depending on they will try to rank your country, how dangerous it is, your home country, in terms of COVID, and depending on that risk factor, the length of your quarantine will be determined. So if you have if let's say you come from Germany, and you come from Germany and there are very few cases in 1 month, then the quarantine may be 10 days. If the cases go up, suddenly the quarantine is 14 days again. For vaccine people, they currently, for vaccine visitors, they currently plan to have the quarantine of 7 days. So this is even shorter. So Even though there are discussions about shortening the quarantine, we would not like to recommend it at the moment to plan on 10 days. We would rather recommend to plan 14 days so that you are on the safe side. And in case there are questions, you can always reach out to your embassy of your home country and ask how long is the current quarantine if I fly on that date. And then you will get the absolute exact information. However, please plan on 14 days rather than on 10 days, just to be on the safe side. Yes, so in Thailand, it is possible to enter at the moment and to study in a hybrid model, half on campus, half online, as much on campus as possible. In Malaysia, the situation is still a little bit different, and students are at the moment not allowed to enter the country. The borders are still closed. However, there are signs that this may change soon. We cannot promise anything at this point, but we are hopeful that students can soon enter Malaysia again. Currently, this whole semester is organized online, and students may join from wherever they are in the world and from wherever they feel the most comfortable. So that's a major difference between Malaysia and Thailand at the moment. Good, I hope I was able to answer your question. The second question is the initial acceptance letter already the official one? So this refers to our application process. After we received your application and we consider it as good enough that that we don't see any issues with your acceptance on our end, we issue the so-called initial acceptance letter. This is an official this is a document from Asia Exchange and explains you that we consider your study place as secured. As already mentioned, we have the right to accept students on the behalf of our universities. So this document, you can consider this document as a very safe bet that everything is fine. I would say it's close to 100%. I don't want to make promises, but it's very close to 100%. However, it is not the official acceptance letter. That means with the initial acceptance letter, you cannot apply for your visa yet. For example, for that, you need the official document from your host university. Good, I hope that helps also. The next question, how is studying right now at the UPM? Home study or on campus? And how is the chance that we have home studying in autumn? Well, as mentioned a minute ago, at the moment, the university is online. However, we follow up with our partner university, with the UPM, basically on a daily basis. And whenever there are positive signs, of course, we get informed by them. Whenever we see positive signs, we inform them and we discuss options and opportunities. Currently, everything is online and remotely. That means you can study from wherever you want. We have many students at the moment that traveled to Thailand and joined our exchange hub, which means that they are students at Siam University. Sorry, they are students at UPM, at the University of the University Putra Malaysia, and at the same time getting access to the facilities of the Siam University in Bangkok. This means they study in Malaysia online, but still have the benefit of the university facilities and the study abroad experience in Thailand. Looking at autumn this year, it is very difficult to predict. The nature of the COVID pandemic is such that situations change often and they change very quickly and without any notice, right? It changes, suddenly it's different. So it is difficult to look into the future, and for sure it's impossible to make promises at this point. However, I think we can say that there are many very positive developments in vaccine programs. The scientists are all into finding medication, especially in Asia. The cases are very much under control. So it is, I personally believe that the situation here in Asia is better than in Europe, for example, or in the United States. And with having neighboring countries such as Thailand opening their borders already and welcoming visitors, I think it's only a matter of months until traveling is possible again and the borders reopen. This means, of course, I'm quite sure that there will be travel restrictions in terms of quarantines. This is a very common practice here in Asia. And being able to travel will not necessarily mean that the campus will open fully. What I could see is a hybrid model depending on the infection numbers in autumn. So yes, it's very difficult to look into autumn. I think we can be positive and optimistic about the current developments. However, we cannot make any promises. The next question: how safe is it for women to study in these countries? So I personally visited both Malaysia and Thailand several times. And I must say that I have the feeling that both countries are absolutely safe. And many of our students are women. Actually, it's a majority of our students are women. And from that perspective, I don't think you have to worry. Regardless of man or woman, of course, you have to be careful always and take care of yourself. Or in any form, right? Let it be mosquito repellent, not to get stung and ill, or it can have so many forms, right? But I say both, or I would say both of them, the destinations are very safe. Of course, you have to take care of each other and of yourself, and the campuses are safe. Accommodation is usually guarded, which would mean, for example, in an apartment, you can even only enter the level in your building with the right key card. That is the opening card for your apartment, and everything is pretty safe. The next question: can you explain to me what does trimester mean at Siam University? What is the best time to apply for study abroad program in Thailand, and when I would like to study abroad next year in winter 2023. So yeah. And then my semester will start around November to February, March 2022, 2023. So good, it's about 2022 and 2023. So the trimester system is basically a different form of splitting the academic year. So very commonly used, for example, in Europe, is the semester system. That means you have one intake in the first half of the year and a second intake in the second half of the year, usually running around 4 months. The trimester system is a 3-month system, which means there's one intake in January, one intake in May, and one intake in late August. So there are 3 semester starts and 3 trimesters, right? That last for 3 months. So it's just a different system. It's more, it's closer to the American system, for example. That trimesters are common practice. So what is the best time to apply to study abroad in Thailand? Well, we follow at Asia Exchange, we follow the practice of first comes, first serves. However, depending on our partner universities, of course, we have very high quotas, and in most universities we don't reach those quotas easily. So you can basically apply anytime. I would say rather sooner than later. That gives us more time to work together with you on your application so that everything is flawless. You would like to study in winter 2022-2023, which would mean in this case the intake in late August. Depending on our partner universities in Thailand, the application deadline would be around early summer next year in 2022, which means you have more than a year time to apply and to think things through. Give it some time ahead. Don't apply on the last day before the application deadline. This is leaving little room to work on your application. but then there should be no issue. So feel free to apply now, to apply today, and then we will work everything out together. Good. I see that those were the questions that are currently in the chat function. So in case you have more questions or new questions arise, please feel free to type them in the chat function. In case you would prefer to talk, just unmute yourself and ask your question, and I'm happy to answer. I hope you find this helpful. I see a question. Do you mean this year in October 2021? So if you would like to study in the winter semester 2022-2023, that would mean the intake in August 2022. And if you want to study in 2022, you can apply until summer 2022. Usually the application deadlines in Thailand are around 3 months before the semester starts. But please refer to our website to get the exact dates. Great. Awesome. Are there any other questions? Questions regarding COVID, regarding our destinations? I'm happy to go into more detail for our partner universities, and any question is fine.
So I have a question. You can hear
Yes,
me?
please. Yes.
Yeah, as you mentioned that if it's not possible to go to Malaysia because of the borders are closed, we can go to Thailand and study from there. Like, are there any extra costs behind it, or is it just the same as?
Yes, we charge a little additional fee. This concept is called Exchange Hub. So if you if you go on our website and you look into the exchange hubs, you will see that there's not only Thailand. You can also go to Portugal, where the numbers at the moment, unfortunately, not so great. But you could go also to Sardinia to study in Sardinia. Basically, there may be new universities coming for the autumn semester. We are in constant talks, and depending on our partner universities, we charge a little additional fee. In the case of Bangkok, for example, the fee is 490 euro.
Okay. And then everything is still the same. Like you have to find an apartment over there, and
yes, you have to find an apartment over there. You will be still studying, for example, in Malaysia. As an example, right? You will still study in Malaysia, but you will have the facility assessed in Bangkok, for example, at the Siam University. And this means that you will have access to classrooms, you will connect to other students, also, of course, to our students from Siam University, and all this. So you have a study abroad experience, even though your initial choice is not allowing to enter the country. On the top of that, you have also the chance to join 2 courses from the Siam University, which means that you will also study at Siam University and you will receive 2 transcripts and have more to show back at home, right? So you have basically a 2-in-1 solution.
okay, but if this is not necessary, then I don't have to make it. It's just a possibility.
It's a possibility, yes. It's absolutely a free choice, right? We just want to offer our students a chance to experience the
life
abroad
experience,
right? Yeah.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes,
yeah, so thank you for the presentation. I just noticed that on your site, Asia Exchange, it's written for the Kassadzad University that the application deadlines are on May 14th, 2021 for autumn semester. And I think you were saying that it's in April on your presentation. I'm not
oh
sure.
my God, yeah, that might be a mistake then of mine.
I'm
yeah.
just, yeah, I'm not sure if I saw correctly or not, but
let me take a quick look. Yes, it's still mentioned at the end of April. So I want to apologize for that. That's my mistake. We are especially now in these strange times, unfortunate times we are in. We are constantly in contact with our host universities, and they enable us to welcome or to accept students very, very late. So we just changed the application deadline at Kassadzad University, for example. At Siam University, for example, in the last intake in January, we were able to accept the last students even in around Christmas, so like 2 weeks before the semester started. So yeah, apologies for that mistake. So please always follow our website in that case.
Okay, no worries. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Apologies.
I have one last question. You mentioned that it's possible to study everywhere you want, like if it's not possible to go to the country, the destination country you choose. So is it even possible for me to like travel to the Philippines, for example, and then study from there somehow, even if there's no university is cooperating with the Asia Exchange organization?
Well, yes, of course. We cannot help you to get access to, for example, a university campus, right? But in case a semester is online, you basically only need your laptop or tablet.
And just an apartment where to live and...
Exactly, just the internet connection and you can join. Our host universities, of course, understand that our students come from everywhere in the world, which means also that our students are in many different time zones. And I think this is one of the major challenges. So our universities try to adapt as much as possible, which means that a lot of content is time independent or video recordings, but there are also live sessions, and some lecturers are adjusting, some others don't like it so much. So if you have the chance, we always recommend our students come as close to your destination as possible.
To have the right time zone as well, because if I would stay here in Germany, maybe it would like be a very bad time to join the online lessons, I think.
Yes, it depends. It depends, right? So, for example, in Thailand, the universities reopened and traveling is possible. So you are expected to travel and to come. But in case it's a fully online setup, like in Malaysia at the moment, then it's the universities try hard to tackle that challenge, and we of course we have discussions and we bring this up because this is a very present issue. But at the end of the day, it's upon the lecturers of each university how they want to handle it. And we as a consultant can consult, but we cannot take decisions, right?
Okay.
Great. I hope that helps.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Then we have a written question here. 2 more written questions. What about the credit point system between Thailand and Germany? So of course, most of our students, or not of course, most of our students come from Europe. And most of our students study in the ECTS point system, like our students in Germany, for example, or in France. And our host universities know about that, and our host universities follow the regulations of the ECTS points, which means that that you get, even though you get Thai credit points, there is a conversion chart where you can calculate and convert the credit points easily. And our partner universities are internationally accredited and recognized, so that there are usually no issues with the credit conversion. In general, we always recommend our students to get a paper. It's called Learning Agreement, where you agree with your home university which courses you will take abroad, and they sign it off so that they confirm you that there's no issue with the transfer of the courses. I hope I could answer your question. The next question: do the universities have dorms, or do you have to look for an apartment? Some of our partner universities have dorms. For example, the universities in Korea. In Thailand and Malaysia, our students look for accommodation themselves. So those are residences that are recommended by the universities. There are huge accommodation agent networks in both cities, and they will help you to find accommodations. We will help you to connect. On our website, we have an info page regarding accommodation, and have listed the favorite choices of our students in the past. And yeah, like I said, those are residences. Those are not university accommodations, but they are like closed areas with apartments, houses, like green area, facilities, a gym, whatever you can imagine inside. So please look on our website. There you will find links and pictures, and I think that's the best choice.
I have another question.
Yes, please.
I would like to know about the courses in Thailand. It doesn't matter whether Kassadzad or CM University or Thai Chamber of Commerce. And I would like to know the language. Do you need a specific certification for that? Or is all courses in English or in Thai?
All courses that we list on our website and that I mentioned in the presentation, everything is in English. So English is the study language, right? So there are of course courses in Thai language or Malaysian, but the courses that we offer you that you can find on our website, those are taught in English, and we expect our students to speak English well enough. And for Thailand, you don't need a proof of your language skills.
Can I also book a Thai course, for example, for improve the Thai language, for example, or to learn Thai language?
Yes, that should be possible. So that is usually in all our destinations. We enable our students to learn the local language. And in case you cannot find the information easily, we can reach out also to the university when receiving your application. So you mark, I want to learn Thai language, and then we will consult our partner universities what are the best opportunities for you. So again, that's one of the points why it's good to apply a little upfront, not on the day of the application deadline.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Great, so we have around 5 more minutes today. So are there any other questions?
Yes, I have another question. You said you can study a full degree in Thailand.
Yes.
And you also mentioned that you have also a webinar about this. Can you write me a link for that, or is this on your website?
That link should be on our website, but I will send it to you via email. Is that fine? So I don't have it now right in front of me.
Yes, of course. Yes, you can.
But we can share it, right? That should not be a problem.
Yes.
Yes. And it's a similar style setup, and there you will hear about full degree options.
And it's also possible to get double degree between Germany and in Thailand. Is also possible, or is complicated.
This is something that we are still working on, but this is requires more than a simple than a semester abroad setup, right? That would mean that you would spend a fixed time of your full degree in Germany, in Thailand, for example. So this is something we are still working on. That's currently not possible. I just posted in the chat function the link for the upcoming webinar about full degrees.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Great. Is there another question? All right. Since you are there right now, how easy is traveling within Asia right now? Well, to be honest, I'm not traveling much at the moment. So the COVID pandemic is still very much affecting traveling inside Asia. But some destinations are open. Some destinations are open for traveling, and I could theoretically go there. However, with the current, again, with the nature of the COVID pandemic and the spontaneous changes, it might be that you get stuck in your new destination, and coming back would be a little bit complicated or difficult. And no matter where you go at the moment in Asia, there's always a quarantine related. So let's say I want to travel to Thailand. If I want to come there for a few days to meet our students at Siam University, for example, it would come with a 2 weeks quarantine. And if I come back to Indonesia, it would also be a quarantine again. So traveling is possible if you really, really want to. If you don't have to, I think it's better to stay where you are right now and to wait until everything is more easy and more safe again. Great. So we are reaching the end of our webinar today. So I hope you enjoyed it. And before we end the session, first of all, I would like to share my email address. You can see it in the chat function now. It's hannes@asiaexchange.org. Please feel free to write me whenever I can help, whenever you have a question for any reason, and I will do my best to reply you as fast and as comprehensive as possible. And then before we end this webinar today, of course, I have a question for you. This is for us, so we can see how to improve our services and also our webinars. And you should get a pop-up window now asking you, how much did you enjoy this webinar? So please rate it from 1 out of 5 so that we can take our notes. And yeah, I thank you in advance already.